An important point to understanding your core function, and I label it your deep core, so that you get the appreciation for needing to engage the deepest layer of your abdominals. Now, we'll go through a quick test which you can do to see how you engage your pattern activation for your abdominal musculature, particularly when you're doing, say, a core workout. What you want to think about is basically your abs are 3 layers. It's not exactly perfect, but it helps to visualize what's going on when you don't really have a strong understanding of the anatomy. So the top layer would be that 6-pack muscle, your rectus abdominis. That middle layer would be your obliques on the sides, and the deepest layer is your transverse abdominis. The fibers actually run in this direction. It's your anatomical girdle, and when that's engaged properly, your pelvic floor is going to engage better. The spinal stabilizers along your spine are going to engage, and you're going to have much better stabilization around your lower back and pelvis, and have a better control over moving the hip, disassociating those motions from each other. So let's go through a quick test so that you can experience how you've been activating your abdominals. Most people are using the obliques excessively, and they activate that first instead of firing the transverse abdominis first, setting the foundation, and then engaging the obliques and everything else on top of that. So we want to make sure that you're always starting to practice from here on out, that transverse abdominis draw in and engagement, and then maintaining that stability. And you should be feeling that experience here below the belly button the most. You can think about a point at your belly button and a point at your pubic bone, kind of bringing those 2 points together and in without moving your spine. I know that a lot of rehab, they're going to encourage you to actually pelvic tilt in order to help you engage this area. But I like to focus early training with a neutral spine, because you should be able to engage this musculature and maintain it with a neutral spine as you're moving about the world. That's the most important piece, and too often people are actually pelvic tilting as a compensation, in which case they're really using the iliopsoas muscle to actually stabilize them and then engaging those obliques. So we want to work actually in a neutral spine to begin with, learn what it feels like to engage that transverse abdominis properly as a first layer of activation, and then we layer the strengthening and complexity of the patterns on top of that.